Work is brought to you in part by Alienware, Microsoft, CyberPower PC, Logitech G, PaySafeCard, The Score Esports, and NVIDIA.
Virtus.pro have gone and thrown down the gauntlet in this grand final. The Polish side not only have bested defending world champions SK Gaming, now they've gone and really laid down the law on their map, Cobblestone. It's a best of 3 here at ESL 1 New York. The grand finals are going into their second map. No doubt the Barclays Center is ready, as is our desk, to tell you exactly why you should be getting excited for Train, our second map in this best of 3. Duncan Thorin Shields and Yanko YNK presiding. Gentlemen, Train. We haven't got an abundance of time, but we do want to make sure we can really cover all of the bases. Duncan, we'll start with you. Train, infamously good for both. So my question to you, albeit a little premature, do we see a third?
That's the thing, it's certainly possible still. Like, this is a map, I mean, it's obviously Navi, Navi's pick, and 3 months ago, both teams were picking this map first, actually. Both really liked it. I know VP still likes it. It's just, you know, there have been games in this tournament where it hasn't looked like the best for them. But I have to say, they already would have felt like, we're going to take Cobble and then we'll have our chances on Train. But the confidence has to be absolutely sky high after that. I mean, essentially everything worked on that last map. The rounds where they actually did the correct thing, they won. The rounds where they were in impossible situations, they won. Meanwhile, for Navi, I mean, I think what showed it all was that look on C's face after they lost, like, the Eco, which was like 2 rounds after they did the pistol. Yeah. He had that look where he tried to play it off like, what's going on here? But the level of tilt behind his eyes was unreal. Like, he did that so that he didn't just like smash the computer and like throw it and flame his head or something. So
crying inside, of course.
They haven't had a whole lot of time here, but they better have mentally reset, and they better play their game this time, because they had nothing for Virtus.pro on Cobblestone.
And I think actually the mental side is where our discussion should stay. Excuse me, words are escaping me. That's the mental side for me. But, I mean, Navi, is this a team in their current form, Yanko, that actually do have the capacity to, you know, forget about Cobblestone?
I think so, because you look at that loss and you're looking back on it, you say, guys, we didn't even have a chance in that game. We didn't even get into it. We just got swept off the server. But it wasn't our pick. It's our weakest map out of the 3 that are in the pool. So, as I said, it's the best map that it could happen on, right?
Yes.
Now moving into Train, yes, they start on the T side, but I actually think that's a good thing for Navi, considering the circumstances, right? Because if VP starts as T, that gives them the chance to dictate the pace of the game still. And seeing how they're on fire, that would have probably went wrong for Navi. You know, the other flip of the coin is obviously CT side. If you're hot individually, you can put a stop to Navi's offense. But I feel that Navi just needs to reset now, get off to a good start, and that will cool off VP a bit. They will say, okay, we won Cobble, but the series isn't over yet. We still need to beat them on one of the remaining 2 maps.
I mean, the way in which they finished the semi-final, Virtus.pro, of course, picking up that nuke victory, to the surprise of many, against SK of all teams. Now they've gone and just done this on Cobblestone. Duncan, would this be a big step for Virtus.pro into being crowned the current, and of course using your format of 3 months, current world's best team?
I mean, top 2 already is pretty good. I mean, that's a pretty solid placing to add in some consistency. Obviously, they had the slip up at Starlight, but aside from that, they're winning, they're making finals. This is great stuff, whereas SK slipping here, that immediately kind of like degrades them a little bit, because those old wins, some of them were months ago. So I actually feel like if they win, I feel like they're going to lock it in. I'd have to look over the details, but they've got a lot of wins over big teams. Obviously, they just beat SK, number 1 in a best of 3. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, it's not like Navi right now can contend for that spot. They're just trying to get to where Virtus.pro is, like be a genuine contender, be a team who is going to be there every time and is a real threat. That's the key thing. It's not enough to make finals. You've got to be a threat to win them as well. At the moment, first map, Navi wasn't a threat.
And my big question, you've been probably dreading this, but I need to ask, do you think VP will end it here, right now in the Big Apple?
I do, actually. I mean, I don't think they're going to be as emphatic as they were on that map. That's probably too much to expect. I think this should be a back-and-forth dogfight, but it just looks like VP's tournament to win. They're in that mode that you want to see them in.
We hate the comparison, the metaphor, but the plow is most definitely up and running into this series, Yanko.
I think that Simple is a bit angry, and I think Navi still has that fire in them, still has some flair to get things rolling on the T side initially, and I feel that they will be able to grind a win here, and that we'll see a third map.
I would just want to see more fantastic Counter-Strike. We saw what they were made of on Cobblestone, and now we do dive into the other team's pick. It's going to be Navi on Train to try and take us into a third. We'll see how it plays out with your casters Henry G and Sadakist.
Live.
Well, all right, well, we are going to get back into this one as we jump immediately into this. So, to start it off, Henry, VP, huge round, huge map.
Yeah.
On Cobble, and now we get into Train. Now, they're very good on Train, yes, but they do have the tactical execution on this map more than any other, perhaps, from Navi. And pistol round to start it off. Neo's going to be the utility player. Bialy pushes, goes down to Seized early on. Guardian as well has one smoke to work with.
Here we go then. First kill has been obtained. So that was Bialy going aggressive towards A main, pushing through, trying to get behind them. We thought it might be inside push there, but now that has brought Navi some time in. This is their bread and butter, getting that man advantage and then working towards their execution. They still have a smoke available. Most teams will favor towards the inside side on the pistol. You can see Taz trying to reclaim a kill in towards inside, but Simple, he deals with him pretty easily there. Now it's a 5-on-3. They should be aiming towards A. That's where the bomb is, towards that Ivy area. And the CTs don't really have much information to work with at all. As Neo gets the first exchange here, he's going to be taking him down, but I'm sure that's going to be the cue for Navi to make their way out towards Ivy here.
And they're going to wrap around. Neo's going to greet them, but he's low on HP. 22 to work with, no armor as well. Smoke to try and segregate him, but unfortunately that's not going to do much. He's managed to stay alive quite well. Nearly had the crosshair lineup for the headshot, but down in the end, it's Seized and Edward rolling, and Navi finally a lead. Some momentum, a pistol round to start this one off. It's the right foot forward, but Snacks, let's not forget, is alive. It was a 1 versus 4 in the last map that did pull this back. If he does this twice, I don't think I'll have vocal cords left, and thankfully, for my sake, if no one else's, Guardian's gonna end it quickly.
Yeah, very convincing stuff there from Navi. Displaying a nice slow round at the start there, holding for any initial aggression. It did come in. Bialy pushing towards that main entrance position. He gets taken down, then Navi just capitalize at that point. Simple finds a kill towards the upper halls, and then all they have to do is stick together. They go towards the backtracks of Ivy and manage to lock it down for a CD spawn. So a good start, but a nice force fight coming in from Virtus Pro here. We're going to have the Scout in the hands of Neo. Some upgraded pistols, of course, as well. Desert Eagles, CZs, and we need Navi to win this one. Surely just to get the 3-0, get something to work with here. They can't be anti-egoed again.
Well, Taz is brilliant normally inside of this B site. But with a pistol, we'll have to wait to see if that brilliance will flare up later. As he's already tagged down to 19. Pasha as well gone at the hands of Seized. Ladder, the approach, Pop Dog down, split out of the A site from both of the main choke points. No one so far pushing into Ivy from Navi, and we know Virtus Pro very much likes to utilize that position both CT side and on their T side. But all the kills coming forward, Bialy does get 2 back, 2 headshots with the Deagle as well. Very convincing fashion. To bring it back to a 3 versus 3, there's low HP, low enough on Guardian to be one-shotted at least from that Scout, but it's Simple instead that will take Neo down. Systematically starting to clear inside of the site. Lineup for Simple, 6 HP. Can't afford to go down on this just yet because Taz is wrapping in. Thankfully, Guardian's got that covered off with the AK. No more Deagle shots found. Simple will get the shot immediately from the UMP, and it's 2-0 for Navi.
Oh, Bialy just found a couple of kills, but that's the round we wanted there. Navi get the 2-0, and they can breathe easy going to round number 3 here. It's going to be the full eco from Virtus Pro. Don't really have to invest too much in this round. A couple of PT50s, that'll be just about it. So Navi can keep the SMGs, of course. You can see Seized. He's got the MAC-10, a UMP in the hands of Simple. Just going to try and farm some cash here. Guardian's actually going to be sticking on the USB completely. He wants to be not spending a single penny going into this round. Maybe get a couple of kills with that weapon and bring the AWP out in that first gun round. We'll see the cash for Snacks as well. Obviously, he'll be the AWP over here on Train as well. He's actually got 3,300, so he'll be fine going to the next round. As we have the Ivy plate coming in. It's actually going to be an A split with the players from Public as well.
It could even be a B split with this stack because they smoked off toward the third alley. The old bomb train, though, Taz is going to spot Simple through it. That's going to be the invitation to go on B, but they've lost the split potential. It leaves Seized far removed from this as he's got to rotate all the way back through T-spawn. Flamey does stop the rotation on ladder, which means the immediate flank taken down, and Seized will greet Neo on the way by. 1 less to deal with in the post plant. But the UMP still up on Pasha right now is going to make its way toward the back of CT. Bottom ramp. Doesn't exactly have range, though, against the head armor. Yes, okay, it's the highest penetration of any SMG, but it's a tough ask and a tough order from that position. It may even be something they consider just to look for exits with and carry into the next round on the CT side. We know you can't really afford investment in the third if you want to buy in the fourth. So now with the second SMG, but they do push forward. Guardian and Edward there. It could have been justified to go for the early save. They won't. They want guns down. They want to force reinvestment. Either way, it's going to be Navi. The 3-0 start that you, Henry, said they very much needed.
So let's talk about Cobble, right? We kind of speculated at the start. They probably weren't going to win it, but I thought they need a decent game. They get some rounds that were convincing and actually felt like it was a competitive game. We didn't get that. I thought that would be detrimental, but this is a good start. Obviously, it's 1-0, but still, this is their map pick, and they're looking to take it to a third here. So 3-0, that's perfect. They're on the less favored side, on the terrorist, of course, but it's where things really start to get difficult. As we get to our first gun round, Snack's bringing out that AWP, and we know what kind of form he's in right now. The good news for Navi is after that force buy in the second, Virtus Pro are limited. Not a single kit there, limited with just 2 smokes, only 1 incendiary, so it's going to be a brawl on their side of the pitch. But here we go, maybe a fast play coming from Navi. They actually get towards Pop though very quickly there. Bomb is still towards A main, but the rest of the teammates actually be working towards Brown Halls here and seeing whether they can get that first pick. Guardian is looking towards upper. But none of the CTs fully committed just yet. Quite a passive hold from them to kick things off here.
Flash down from Guardian. Smoke still not fully dissolved. It's just Gonzo now. Oh, that crosshair placement. The wooden.
Did he hit him?
Dear God, I thought he did.
Touched.
I don't think he was touched by an AWP through a wooden board. No, that thing does way more. Unless it clipped the edge of the train, but I think he must have been tagged by the nade that went down, so.
I'm not sure. I think it might have done. I don't know.
Well, either way. It's okay, Henry. You don't have to know everything. You're normally spot on. Simple's going to go out nade. Does leave a gap so we can check below the ladder. No one to catch them off from the spool's position, and he's got slight vision on toward the bomb site itself, but he's the one that's holding for the rotations because Navi's elected to go back toward the A site. Instead, it's going to be shut down by Bialy, who's got the shot into Flamey. He's trying to dance around. Pasha comes back out from quad. The sandwich position, but it's going to be Snacks instead with the AWP to find Edward, and that's going to force them back again. Navi can't penetrate through to the A site. And as they still have to find a man to equalize the situation, they're bleeding out. 25-35, 4 is the HP for Seized, Simple, and Guardian, respectively. And Simple's gone forward enough in the B site that he can hold them off long enough to at least get a bomb plant out of this for Navi. And remember, they do have the chance to reset at 3-1, but he's going to potentially find more. Neo, is he going to be ready for this position? Crosshairs there, but he can't land it. Neo manages the jump. That could have swayed the entire round as he spotted Taz coming in from the CT spawn as well. Sees bottom ladder, though, does see a gun barrel. That's one shot for him. Tries to evade the second. Can hear him above. He's got it as well. There's a chance, but Snacks comes in just barely, but with the timing from behind. Guardian has the high ground, but he's the one defusing, not the one defending, and it's going to be Snacks holding him off, and Taz is there, as we mentioned, on the defuse already.
We needed a bit of Guardian magic there. He has 2 opportunities to pull the trigger and land the first shot. If he gets that kill, he's in a fantastic position there. The city doesn't have a kit. He's going to have a lot of pressure. No utility to work with either, and Guardian, he's been pretty lackluster so far in this grand final. Hasn't had the best tournament overall. And he can't find that first shot, and Virtus Pro do pick up the first gun round there as Bialy from the Pop Dog area managing to get that first kill, and Navi just fell apart at that point. Not so much in kills, but the damage inflicted at the start of the round, just couldn't really have much to work with there. Inside does not work out for them, but they still have residual cash as we go into round number 5 here. Still in the AWP. And we'll see whether their teammates with the 4 AKs can step up here. Snacks does recover the AWP himself, and Flashbang's coming in. We'll see what kind of setup comes in from the CTs. It'll be Taz by himself, famed for being so strong in this position. There was a small period when he was removed, they swapped it around, but he's back, and he's looking stronger than ever.
There's 2 positions where Sneaky Snacks is very good on this map. One is Pop Dog, where he can get up close and try and catch them off with a fast rotation. The other is inside the sandwich. And a Molotov went to Hitch, which means Bialy can't be in a position to support Snacks. They double smoked into Sandwich to try and get inside the site, but they haven't made any headway because Bialy, he gets one immediately. Now with Edward finally clearing that alley out, they could start to work the front of the site, but they have to wait temporarily for exactly that. Flamey to come through and catch off Pasha. Neo's still in this position though from Old Train, and he's gonna catch them off. 1 kill on Flamey, second member not making himself known. C's still waiting in the wings. And another kill from Virtus Pro to defend none to Edward is making this more problematic. Simple, he needs to get inside, over the top. Oh, snaps back and down goes Taz. He's got the round in his hands.
A bit of good news finally for Navi here. We said that could be a full reset, and it's actually happened as well. After winning the previous round, the subsequent one goes in favor of Navi, and Virtus Pro, they're going to be down to only getting $1,400 going into this round. So, could be a chance of 5-1 here on the T side. This is the final play. This is what decided it. Simple flashbang on top of the bomb train there, comes undone and manages to get that whip shot towards Taz as well. So a full eco, presumably coming in from VP. But Navi looking a lot more confident here on the train itself. It's going to be a great start here to kick things off. And I think we have a little tactical pause coming in.
Yeah, this was called by Virtus Pro. So one of the 2, remember, for those of you joining for the final. It is the first event where the new Valve ruling on coaching has come into play. Coaches can only talk before the game, at halftime, and one of the 4 timeouts their team, I guess 8 timeouts in total, the other team has as well, and you get 2 per half. They do not stack, so there's no reason not to use them earlier on in these games, which is kind of a nice thing. I think there's some interest to come out of it. I talked to Hiko, and he said it definitely hindered them at moments when they wanted Peacekeeper to make mid-round adaptations or had something he was desperate to try and get in but needed to wait for the team to call the timeout. But overall, he thought there was still good communication from the coach during the timeouts, and the fact that you can use them more means you can also use them to kill momentum.
Yeah, it seems like a mixed bag in terms of the pros' feedback on it. I think overall, I like it. I don't think it adds the skill required to be an in-game leader. I think that's back in CS. I think that's a positive thing. But let's get back into this one, shall we? It's going to be round number 6. Yeah, a full eco pretty much for Virtus Pro. They have got a deagle, a couple of P250s, but it's very difficult to make anything happen with these initial weapons. But Simple, he gets that first kill, and they're going to find a second as well. Guardian chimes in with the AWP. Should be in a plant here, but Neo, he's sneaking through the smoke here in a decent position, but gets detected by Flamey, and that's going to be the round over. Just Snacks remains.
Snacks remains.
Yeah. From what we've seen so far, maybe that's an interesting fact.
Yeah, 2 4-man clutches in the last one. None so far in this. There's another weaponry. Simple's got another kill. He's looking more to form so far to start off this map, as that's his 7th kill in total as we now go into the 7th round. He's only above him by 1 on 8, but Pash has yet to show up at all, and he's another one on this map. He's the one, typically from Virtus Pro's CT side, that's able to push on to Ivy. So if Navi start to get a little bit testy in that position when weapons are up, there could be a chance he can start to shut them down, but it's going to be rifles and UMP and a 5.7 only to work with for Virtus Pro. They're already in the site as well as Edward makes his way to Ebok. Flashes are over, but Guardian again is going to find the opening lineup. Edward takes Bialy back, but it's a drop down on ladder. That's going to give Taz position, which means Edward has to turn. Snacks is actually killed off Neo, who did at least fortunately get Edward first, but it brings this back to a 2 versus 2, slows the place tremendously, and now Navi's able to get Snacks immediately after. That's a problem. Missed thrown smoke as well.
He just locked himself out of this situation. Okay. Well, that's a real big problem there for Taz. He has to fall back here. He hasn't got a kit or grenades. He's low HP. He's just throwing the worst smoke possible for himself in this scenario. I think he has to save the weapon at this point. That's actually a really nice call from Navi. It looks quite simple there, but the fact is what they're going for. They know the Virtus Pro economy has been fully reset at that point. It's starting to build back up, but it certainly hasn't stabilized. You can see in the Virtus Pro buy a 5.7, 3 M4s. I think a Famous is chucked in there as well. So the outside rush is actually the perfect call there. You've got a huge advantage of the weaponry, the grenades as a whole, and Virtus Pro killing each other. That certainly doesn't help, and the final player smoking himself out of position was quite a convincing affair there for Navi. They're going to be 6-1, and the lost stage bonus only going to be a number 3 here, so another eco coming in for Virtus Pro. A great start as Guardian does find the final kill as well. Money looking pretty poor. It's about 3K, just below average for the teammates of VP. They're going to have a CZ, Deagles, there's another eco coming in. Navi starting to come to life in this grand final map.
They are indeed. And oftentimes when you get, I'm not saying at 6-1, I'm not calling this a one-sided game so far. It's had a fast start for Navi, but usually when you get these convincing first 2 maps, it's usually because the map pools favors them, but then it equalizes well. And Mirage for these 2 teams, if we get there, would be an absolute brawl. Yeah. But Train, there's no ruling out Virtus Pro. This could still heat up.
Well, the problem is they're on CT right now. It's certainly a CT-sided map, and this kind of start is very difficult to recover from, especially when the money's in the bin like it is right now. So almost certainly going to be 7-1 here. They're going to lose that first frag as well. Flamey finds a headshot towards Snacks. And 2-2 set up here. You can see Taz is trying to patrol inner with his teammates Neo, but at this point Navi once again always describes this is when they're at the absolute best. They find that man advantage, they can slow things down, word picks on each side of the map, wait for the reactions to come in with the CTs, and CZ fires another kill towards Ivy there. The bomb's still in T-spawn, they're not over-committing as we hit the 1-minute mark.
So he's making his way into Hitch, though, is going to put him behind Bialy. Easy kill to pick up, just Taz and Neo remaining. 1 toward Pop Dog, 1 toward Old Train, and Taz will get taken down. Simple will find Neo. We go to 7-1, and as you say, Virtus Pro, hard to get out utility in this situation when they're down so hard in the money. Having only won 1 round so far, they will go back to all M4s this time around. Still can't afford to bring out the AWP, which is a problem, no doubt, with all the, specifically if you can get to the corner at B, but with all the lanes toward A main and Ivy as well on A.
You see still not a single kit purchase for the CTs here. They're still trying to find that first round and start building up some economy going forward. Taz alone towards inner once again. He's going to have some company this time. Edward, Guardian waiting for him as they try to control his upper horse. It's a very very interesting part of the map. If you can control this to the CTs, especially with the AWP, it means you can lock it down with a single player towards that inner side of the map, allow your 4 teammates to be outside and have the rifle setups there, crossfires all over the place. But if the terrorists get there first, they know it's a valuable part of the map, so you can see Guardian waiting for any sort of confrontation at the start, and they have full control of it now. So at this point, Taz will call for a teammate to come over. That'll be Neo. He'll be joining with the M4A1S, but we know Navi have these great inner executes, and for now, they are going to be controlling the inner halls, but 2 teammates towards Ivy suggest they won't be fully committed to this. They're trying to show their presence at the start of the round, then they'll go back towards Pop Dog and split outside. That's what it looks like right now.
We'll see if it proves to be true. A tight grouping in terms of position inside of the site with Bialy, Pasha, and Snacks relatively close together, but all watching different positions as Snacks has his sights firmly fixed upon the bottom of Pop Dog. No more pressure on Ivy from Navi should indicate it's going to be Taz and Neo that come under pressure.
We've got the terrorists rotating in. The guys I said were at Ivy actually coming in. This will be a full execute at this point. They got a very strong one indeed. The Molotov, the smokes will be dropped towards Upper, but Neo's position, he's in the open. It's risky, but it could pay off.
And Taz is in his home. Wide side train to catch them all. Flash through though, and you said it, Neo, it could be a risk. He's in the open, the flash. Not enough vision for Taz to respawn in time. He only finds one, and it's Guardian to trade against Snacks as well as he rotates from Z. A bomb going to be planted, a man advantage for Navi, as they just have to hold off 2 remaining players who are already backing out. M4s need to be carried over. Virtus Pro desperate to get rounds, and they don't have the money, so these 2 guns justifiably are going to be held.
Well, there it is, a pretty textbook round there for Navi, showing a little bit of presence towards Ivy at the start, keeping the rotations honest to themselves and actually allowing the CDs to see them at that position. They've ascertained that the inner area hasn't been controlled at all, so they've got the inner control before the execution comes in, and the CDs still are slightly limited. They obviously don't have the AWP. It was Neo in an open position. He was trying to play behind that smoke with the flashbang. Lands him straight in the face there, and he gets taken down. Taz left in a horrible position. You've got players coming in from the upper area, lower ramp as well. He gets completely railed. They managed to find a couple of kills here, but it can't justify going for this. Still don't have a single kit to work with, so Bialy and Pasha will be saving their weapons going forward. They could drop a couple if required, but it would still be another weak buy going into round number 10 here. They're going to be going for it. Well, definitely can't get the AWP still, but they can get 5 rifles. Neo coming with the shotgun, another weapon, or another map I should say, that's actually, it's very viable to bring this to the table. We can go towards Pop Dog, for example, lower ramp towards inside as well. We'll see where Neo decides to go. It looks like it'll be the latter as he's heading towards inner.
Snacks is often one that can use this gun to success, but Neo's going to get to the corner fast, flashed in from Taz, who's there to try and go for the trade. As Yanko said, when they're on their game, they're one of the best trading teams in the world. Oh, the nade thrown from Simple through the window nearly does catch him off, and Simple, one below, one above, goes back up, takes down the shotgun, and it's going to be Taz that falls in next, and Simple just, the damage, it's Edward to find a kill on Snacks as well, so not quite the ace for Simple, but a good round nonetheless as he picks up 3, and Guardian's going to continue this. We're on the opposite side of the water this game, apparently, because now it's Navi with absolute momentum and a 9-1 lead.
Yeah, Virtus Pros can't get anything going yet. Next round, they will have money. A lot of force buys coming in. They try to change of pace this time as that shotgun and M4 pushing towards the inner ramp, trying to find that first pick, something to work with there, but Simple, he completely wrecks them. He's waiting for it and reads it perfectly as well, finds that 3rd frag. And we go to round number 11. This is starting to run away from. This is almost exactly what we saw on Combo. You have to say with the other side, but Deagle, CZs. But things get interesting in the next round. That's when they'll be able to bring out the orb once again. Maybe I'd say a double orb setup is almost guaranteed at this point. They need something working in their favor. That's normally when you're getting a little bit desperate, you pull that out and try and get that first round in your favor. But double digits when there's still 4 rounds to play as well. It's kind of a scary prospect, isn't it?
Very scary prospect. Pistols again. Not even trying to push in to get any close angles aside from Bialy inside of the Pop Dog position. Snacks with the smoke, gonna try and cross back overseas. We'll see him sprays toward, but can't find. Neo's low as well at Sandwich. He's gonna get pushed back. Flamian sees both different intentions. Sees is gonna try and slip in. Not quite spotted. Smoke does dissolve. He'll turn back to find Snacks. Now they can wrap all the way through. CT in toward the B site. Just Taz inside. Sprayed down from Edward. 5 versus 2. Make it now 4 as Bialy at least gets 1 kill from afar on the CZ, tapping with it. A bomb planted once more. And it's just about letting out this round, letting it go at this point in time and bringing up the guns again. But they've got to change something. They've already used one of the 2 timeouts. Lovely shot from Simple onto Bialy from far. With the tap and low HP, he's got another 1 tap. Either way, full HP or not, it was a kill. So lovely accuracy from Simple.
Simple's starting to get in the zone now. That's pretty interesting. I think At this point, Virtus Pro Day, there it is. Okay, so the double orb setup comes in. I said that was almost guaranteed. You're just going to have to throw caution to win this point and say, okay, we've finally got some money. We can get some kits. We can get some Molotovs and see what we can do with the double orbs. And I think it's going to be required here. It's been a problem with Virtus Pro after getting fully reset after round number 4. It's been a huge problem in the economy. You haven't really had the orb at all. There's a chance to get back into this. 10-5 still doable, don't get me wrong, but Taz aggressive towards the end of the round. If he gets taken down, it's going to call the signal for them to push inside, but he gets it. So good in this position. He takes out Simple to kick things off, and he falls back as well.
Yeah, really important kill to be able to pick up one and stay alive in this situation. No trade coming through. Bombs drop back towards T-spawn as well. Pressure on it, Ivy. Pasha, he's backed away from the smoke to play the wrap side if they wanted to push to the right. So way back in the outback, counter smoke as well seized. He's getting inside of it. He wants to get toward the cubby side, but the flash in potentially, no, going to be the smoke instead. Either way, they want to get him out. That's the objective, and Pasha staring him down. Does get to the corner. He's going to hold the angle toward the hitch. That will allow his team to start working the front side of A. Pasha, line up there. He's going to go. That late smoke on the back. It's going to be one kill for Seized. Almost a lineup, but the AWP from Pasha does pull one back. Still the man advantage as a result, and he's going to try and go for more. You know, Seized was there, not scoped in. If he does now, it'll give his position away. Seized knows it, and he lines it up. Headshot comes in as Pasha overextends slightly. The bomb in the hands of Edward right now is going to work with Guardian instead.
Yeah, they had the man advantage there as well. Pasha, I'm not sure that call was required, but still Seized towards Ivy edging out, and Navi will be committed to the outside bomb site, yeah.
Bialy's going to go more passive inside the side as well to let his teammates come in and support, not try and get isolated on the bomb train, so it's back to Z Connector for him. One spot, foot shows underneath the train, so an advantage for Bialy in that sense because he can spot Seized sooner and therefore gets a pre-fire into him. But a bomb plant coming in nonetheless from Navi. 2 versus 3. VP desperate for a round. Tags definitely into Bialy. He goes down to 15 HP already. But Neo spots one up. It's going to be him to find the kill onto Edward. It is Guardian remaining, 1 versus 3, and they have to hold him out. Flames will try and push him back. He's got to get towards Sandwich. Instead, he elevates himself. They're on the defuse already, and finally, Virtus Pro are going to pick up a second round.
Yeah, just about. I think that was key frag from Neo there, coming in from Ivy, pushing that smoke. Not committing fully, actually waiting for the perfect opportunity to push through, and Virtus Pro finally do find the second round here. As Pasha at that point, I thought they had the 4-on-3. I thought, okay, is it really worth trying to find that second frag? It's all a bit more defensive. He all went all in again to the 3-on-3, but another reset potential here for the Poles as we go into round number 13. 5 and 4s. They're actually on the double orb setup before, so where did that go? Did they not recover an orb after winning the round? It's kind of interesting.
Guardian's got his. They did take it down toward the end, but you're right, it's not on the side of Virtus Pro. Guardian, he's gonna put the shot towards Z. That'll let Edward walk in. He's taking down Taz. That's the first man inside the site who's normally so efficient, but Neo's there. Does pull one back, but only one, and Guardian, with the Dragon Lore, has found the shot in return. Pasha did find space, but no one an upper in that smoke out on top of the doorway. They were to slide back up and catch him off. It's a simple default plant. And there's still a battle off-site because Snacks held out of this. Is going to get taken down from Seas. That means he's coming in from Z Connector, so Bialy can't afford to push forward until they deal with that. It's on to Pasha to try and isolate. Now he's surrounded, 1 versus 3. Flamey spots him. Navi reset Virtus Pro, and it's 11-2 now for them.
Another harsh reset here after they find that first gun round. You think, okay, they've got a chance to get back into this. 10-5, not the end of the world, but still not going to be possible here. 11-2 comes in, and it's going to be another force by the VP. It seems that they're pretty checked out of this one. We said as a CD-sided map, and so far Navi delivered on all fronts. Another 4 resets. It's going to be shotguns, M4s, and pistols. That's all they've got to work with. No kits once again. So after winning that previous round, they couldn't salvage an AWP, and it's 5 rifles once again, and Navi just capitalized, sticking together. Simple play towards inside, and just shut it down with that opening frag. They know Taz is normally there by himself, and once they found it, that was it.
Simple drops the bomb, it drops back down the stairs, and he picks it up again. I love pointing out those little things. The important stuff, Henry.
The very important stuff.
Well, importantly so, Guardian's gonna have an AWP. Bialy, he's on the A site, so not in contention to hold this off, nor is there much utility, but Neo does find the first shot, P250. Edward down. Simple's got a high angle, but Taz finds the kill surprisingly. AK rather, doesn't fall quite far enough for him to be able to recover that. He will not overextend. 8 HP, can't afford to do so. They need to play off the man advantage, the 2-man advantage that they've gained. And this is going to encourage them back over toward the A site where they're waiting. Snacks now has Flamey. A double push up. Bialy reverse side of the box. Seized waiting. Will at least get Pasha, but they can turn the attention back. And Bialy, he's lined that up as he's gone to the M4. He's the one with the rifle, and he's up close. He's going to take Guardian down. And Virtus Pro, thankfully, will find a third. before the round, or excuse me, before the half ends.
It looked like such a perfect setup there for Navi there. They knew the money was low. They could hear the pistols being fired off, and they go towards the inside area there. But the first 2 frags drop. They actually faced on the upper angle there from the platform and actually get taken down by Neo's PD50. Taz chimes in with the CZ as well, and they do find something here on the first half. It's 3 rounds so far, and they manage to get a nice healthy buy for round number 15. And all open hands to Snacks. I think that's an important factor here as we do go into this last one. No initial aggression on the CDs just yet. Going to be stacking towards outside once again, and it will be Taz alone towards inner. As the fast break comes in once again, it sees towards Ivy getting that first frag. Hungry for more there, but Bialy shuts him down.
Bialy does indeed, but he's gone. Snacks there immediately to trade it, but it's back and forth again, as with Cobblestone, but this time Navi, the one on the favor side of the trades. Last round of the half, and look at Neo. Patience, patience, patience. They've got so much experience. He lines them up. He's got them in his sights. And Neo, oh, simple, shuts it down, but nearly gets another round for Virtus.pro. It'll go to 12-3 as Navi are the ones in commanding lead this time, and Mirage is looking more and more likely.
I think you're absolutely right. I think Mirage will be the exciting finish to this one. Virtus.pro just couldn't get going after winning that first gun round, just getting reset every single time they got anything going here. Couldn't find the AWPs, and Navi, they certainly have bounced back from that Cobble opening map here. So we'll take a quick break and see whether Virtus.pro can get rolling here properly, but I think it's going to be Mirage, and that's what I'm kind of hoping for at this point, Matthew.
An ambidextrous affair because the boot's on the other foot and it's kicking just as hard as Navi are in the commanding position at 12-3. It's Cobblestone all over, but this time it's the Ukrainians, not the Poles, that are so far ahead. 9-1 at one point, and there's really hasn't even been as close to rounds as we saw. I remember in the first game, at least Navi was contesting the one-on-ones. There was a chance they could have been in this. This one, Virtus.pro, not even there, and it's trained too. I would have thought CT side there was something in it.
Yeah, the money just spiraled out of control. They couldn't get going at all in that one, and Navi, they played a perfect game to be fair. Very convincing on the T half here. The problem is now Virtus.pro, they go over to the T half themselves, and it definitely is the less favored side here on train. But still, if they win the pistols, every chance they can get back into it. Let's see what they bring to the table here. It's going to be Taz working towards inner halls, and he's got himself a set of body armor as well, joined by Pasha, and they have got 3 smokes and a Molotov. This suggests something a little bit more tactical here. It's what you're used to on train. Most teams will group up and try towards inner, but Flamey, he's having none of it. He takes that first headshot and takes Pasha down with him.
And he'll now get in a position where he's got so much information out toward Ivy, but the problem is with Snacks getting a kill onto Edward, they have to retreat to the site to cover off the push. Or do they? Because Guardian's got a shot bomb, goes down simple with an even better execution onto Taz. And it's Snacks in the second half, pistol again.
Here we go.
This time it's not Virtus.pro firmly in the lead. It's a must-win situation if they want to try and even make a case to close this in 2.
Yeah, but the problem is the bomb's down towards outer. The CTs have full control of it. They've got everyone on full HP.
Yeah, much different than last time.
Yeah.
And surely they won't make the same mistakes again. They'll be treating this as if it's any situation where they've got to play perfect. Information gathered, Flamey's going to do exactly that. Snacks will drop 13-3. Navi 3 rounds away from closing it out. It should be at 15 before money's brought out from Virtus.pro with no plants early on.
Well, then you could see Virtus.pro, like I said, as I was building up that hype, trying to kind of build a storyline, you know. They had the three smokes, the Molotov. They wanted to bring a really tactical execution there. They were trying to fill up the map as a default to begin with. But Navi, they were having none of it. Aggressive towards Ivy. Flamey finds that first headshot, and that just sends VP into a spiral of frags going against them. It's going to be round number 17. They have forcible onto the second. It's pretty standard, to be fair. Considering you don't get the bomb down the pistol, you will be bringing out the Tech 9s and Deagles. But the problem is, on train, you just don't have the smokes to work with here. Towards inside could be interesting. They had smoke all around, but they only have one flashbang. So what's the play here? That's going to be in the hands of Snacks. He's towards main entrance for now. We have got someone in T-spawn. That's Pasha. He's actually watching for any sort of Ivy push. That's long range and ambitious with a Desert Eagle, but maybe he can make it work.
I'm still waiting out toward T-spawn as well. There's Edward. Smoke down at the bottom of Pop Dog. One of the information if they come down, but Pop Flash not looking to be the case. It's Virtus Pro. Increasingly looking likely to head toward the B side. It's Flamey and Simple as well, playing far back, knowing that they've got the two rifles, they've got range. The two M4s, rather. And the symmetrical buy that has a UMP on Edward, and Famas is seized in Guardian, and Simple's going to change his angle as Flamey's looking like he's getting a little bit antsy and considering rotating through Z, so it's a stack to the sidewalk, lower sidewalk, not upper, and that's where most players, 4 out of the 5 from Virtus Pro, are electing to go in this position. They've already dropped in as well. Bomb's been thrown down, but a Molotov dropped out. It's going to deny a default plant. Still, though, Bialy's got 2 in Snacks. He takes down Edward. Now there's a bit of a chance. Neo's on 5. He'll get taken down. Lineup as well for C, so they pull it back to at least a 2 versus 2 as the bomb comes in. Snacks! Bialy even better. Guardian gone. I was going to say Snacks picks up the UMP. But Bialy with a lovely shot makes it 3 kills in the round. 99 HP against the 20 of Seized. He's only got the Deagle to work with, but he does have armor, which gives him a chance on that pistol. And the kit is there for Seized, so we can try and drag out the affair. Bialy spots him, shot comes in. Seized now knows he's gone toward the ramp, but he's evaded him. He's gone up already. He won't get the lineup quite so easily. And he's gonna have to try and pull him back into the play, bait him out potentially as Bialy.
You can see the shadow.
Execute patience, exactly that. Shadow shown, just saw it, and he knows he's up on top of the train. Knows he can peek toward it, catches him before he can retreat as well. No gun carried over, and 4 kills for Bialy to keep Virtus Pro alive at least, but I won't say alive and well.
Yeah, just about alive. Some very nice work there with the Desert Eagle, especially with Bialy, of course. To be fair, Seized, I feel like he was overthinking that 1v1 situation. He knows Bialy's going to be hiding. He knows he's going to come towards the bomb at some point, walking all the way and wasting so much time. He's not going to face unless you touch the bomb. He doesn't even get to that point. Walking towards that lower ramp shadow. I don't think we saw it on screen. I saw it on mine. You can actually see the shadow from the lower ramp quite easy without facing here. So we do have a force buy from Navi. I'm not sure I'm a massive fan of it. We'll see whether it works out for them. It's going to be 5-7s and a scout in hands of Flame. We have got a little Max 7 there for Seized as well, but a fast play here from Virtus Pro. It's going to be Neo making his way towards Ivy, but Flamey, does he land that first shot? He doesn't, but Guardian certainly does. We get 2 kills going to open things up here.
That scout kill, the headshot, bomb dropped, and the result of it. They've got information on where it is. Edward's gone and picked up an AK-47. This is looking better and better for Navi to steal back the momentum immediately after losing on the force by second round. Snacks and Neo, though, do find 2 kills. They level it. That's going to be the bomb that's the problem, as Edward's still staring it down with the AK-47, and Seized is waiting to play off that information. Snacks spotted. Now Seized will start to get inside the site. Bomb's going to be grabbed on this. He gets to at least E-box. He can cover off and go for the plant, but they've taken his teammate down, and Edward, now they know where he is, and he's only got a shotgun, desperate from range. Skeet shooting from that range isn't probable, and it's going to be Snacks that will go back out for the fight because Neo survives with 1 HP.
Yeah, that could have got very scary indeed, but Virtus Pro managed to recover. The last player for Navi only having that Max 7, it's going to be difficult, that sort of range. They managed to lock it down in the end, 2 versus 1. Didn't have to drop a single frag there towards the end, but still a full eco now. Navi's still a commanding lead, you have to say, 13-5, but it's going to be a full eco here. Deagle, PD50, 5-7, that's just about it. It should be Virtus Pro running this one over. They've got the SMGs to build some cash up here as well, but Simple, he does open things up with that Desert Eagle. He's been so deadly with that weapon this event. As he finds the first headshot towards Neo, looking for a bit more here. He's very close to taking down Pasha with the smoke there as well.
Bialy trying to come out with the AK, but he doesn't even need to find the kill up close. Pasha's already done it for him on his second on the way through. Simple, 67 HP. Edward's going to get the kill onto Taz, but immediately go down to Snacks, and then Simple does get found as he tries to dance in behind the bomb train and get a shot, a lineup, just something to work with crosshair placement, but that's not going to happen. And Virtus Pro at least will get up to 6 rounds. Still a chance. Remember, timeouts 2 available to either side per half.
Well, what's the option here? Navi They've got about 4,200 average for each player. With this huge bed of rounds, I would almost suggest it's not really worth the full investment here. Yes, they could get 5 M4s, that is a possibility, but still, is it worth it? That's the problem that Virtus Pro had. They got so deep into that first half that they had to keep force buying, not having the kits. So Navi do take the right decision, in my opinion. They're going to get one scout in the hands of Flamey, some deagles to work around with here. It's still very early days in the second half. Don't throw anything away. Let's get the guns down and finish it properly.
Bialy's already in position to cover this off. Flashbang over, but Seized is behind the server. They see him go. They see him early enough as well to respond correctly. Nice shot from Guardian, though. The Deagle drops down on Pasha. And AK on the deck, but it's not quite grabbable. Nade's going to go through. If they do rotate off this fast enough, if they get discouraged and go toward B, and AK could still be in the cards to grab before a rotation back over to the inner site. And they'll bring Flamey over as well. If he hits the shot, that'll also free the AK for them, but Scout unsuccessful, he's down to 23 HP. And Edward instead is going to try and push on main, spotted out by Snacks, who won't get too close for comfort against the pistol. Instead uses the range of the AK, smartly so, and Virtus Pro looking closer and closer to the 7th round, but still 3 players to find inside of the A site. Simple, he's going to rotate back by Old Bomb. It's Guardy that goes down. Simple's going to hold up, but he won't get spotted just yet. They may catch Bialy off, does with an Eagle shot, lovely so. The bomb planted. No kit, does have armor if he can just grab an AK. Okay, all right, Simple's gonna go. That's enough. He's got 2 1-taps, he's feeling it. Deagle shots in. He's picked up an AK as well, and he's electing to stay with the pistol. Simple, he's up to the 3rd, and the AK pulled out. Oh my God, Simple. 4 kills on a round that he didn't even look like he had a chance, and then fused to go to 14 for Navi.
Finally, Navi get a bit of that Snacks magic working for them. Simple with the Desert Eagle. 3 kills of that weapon and finished it off on the 1v1 as well. A massive round for them to pick up. I think that's the pause coming in just to calm down. Virtus Pro looks so confident in that round. It should have been over. Look at the shots coming in here. Sensational work here from Simple.
Incredible, too, to stick with the Deagle in that situation. To hit those shots confidently, as only Simple can do. And you thought for a second when he picked up the AK, all right, he's just going to do some economic damage and slide down Navi. As soon as he hits the second 1-tap back-to-back, he's in it. He's going. He's the kind of player that he just builds on that momentum, that emotion. And what a round. Navi now firmly back in control with 2 rounds to go before forcing out Mirage.
Yeah, very exciting scenes here, but we go into the next round. Virtus Pro still have money to buy into this one. They have taken the pauses to adjust and work out how they're going to get the most out of this. Round of 21, it's going to be Snacks on the AWP, 3 AKs to go with, and Neo, to be fair, he's only got the Desert Eagle. In terms of utility, they have 4 smokes. Bialy had no grenades whatsoever, so they're certainly limited going to this one. I'm sure Navi have a ton of money going forward after they actually took a partial buy into the previous round. Not even that, it was just a few pistols and a scout. They will have the AWP and Guardian, they've got the kits, the incendiaries, the smokes to work with. A full array of weaponry and grenades. We'll see what they can do here and get to match points. I should say map points in this best of 3.
And when Liquid took the first map off Navi this morning, it was Simple that stepped up in the second game. He's doing it again here, 136.9 ADR. Average damage per round. He's averaging over a kill, and even if he doesn't get a kill around, he's doing damage onto other teammates or other opponents that teammates can capitalize upon. Flamey the only one in the inner sight right now. And Virtus Pro, they're going to go for the plow effect. They're going to go fast this time. Pasha's managed to pick up 1. Taz is able to trade into Seized, and it's working for them because Taz back through the smoke has found Edward as well. Simple's going to drop down from control, but they spot the gun barrel, and Bialy's able to take him as soon as he touches down, as soon as he hits the ground. It's on to Flamey, 1 versus 4. We've seen some crazy rounds, if not close games, crazy rounds so far in this final, so there's a chance, but that's going to give him up. They know exactly where he's playing from. Neo goes for the pop flash, realizes he's not exactly in that alley, but Bialy can cover off the opposite side from the ladder. And VP will hit 7, but still 7 more just to catch Navi.
Yeah, well, that's what Virtus Pro are known for in this map especially. Those fast, aggressive tactics. Just coming out of main entrance like bulls there and actually hitting all the shots required. And Navi do get shut down. They only managed to pick up 1 kill defending that A-rush. They're going to have to take another eco here. Yes, they have residual cash, but like I said, they don't need to take risk with these 4 spies. They still have plenty to work with here. And it will be this a chance for Virtus Pro to stabilize once again. I still think we could have a game on our hands here. As we have got the pistols with Simple once again. He's going to get 1 kill for that, but that's all they'll get. As Flamey does find a second, though, to be fair. It's 3 on 3 now.
It's going to give Flaming an AK as well, but unfortunately they've lost Edward in the process of trying to grab that and pull it back inside the site. Look at Seized. He's surrounded by 3. Snacks goes for the up shot. It leaves him for dead because he can't reset in time. That's going to bring Flamey out to trade on Neo. It's down to a 1 versus 1, but Flamey has no armor, but he's got a line up. The headshot looked promising, but Taz is there, and he'll capitalize as Virtus Pro. Get back-to-back rounds, 5 in the last 6. 3 rounds ago, they did concede 1, but Navi's still on 14. They're up to 8.
Yeah, Taz manages to hold his nerve there against Flamey. Another eco round that almost slips out of their grasp. Virtus Pro, though, do find round number 8. Still a lot of work to do here. But the double AWP setup on the T side, going against the double AWP setup on Navi as well. Simple and Guardian, we said it wasn't going to work so well on Cobble, but from Train, it's definitely a different story. Viable in every single round for sure. It's a very strong setup to bring to the table. We'll see whether Simple can start rolling here, but sees he takes a little bit of damage to kick things off. And a full defo here from Virtus Pro. 2 players working towards Ivy, 2 towards Inner, just trying to establish map control here, working where the CTs may lie with. They're going aggressive to kick things off. Flamey by himself towards Inner. This first shot, though, is going to be important. Guardian capitalizes, takes down one of those first offs on Virtus Pro.
Flashbang missed throw, and Guardian decides he doesn't really want his vision, so he'll stare it down.
Yep.
Vision's not important. Rounds are, and Virtus Pro down a man this time. Cannot afford to give up 15 rounds when they're still only on single digits. Double op setup. Guardian, the most formidable of the AWPs, goes back toward Hell. He's got a line up toward him. He nearly spots the ass side of a player, but can't land the shot. He's smoked off, though. Edward instead is going to find Taz. He gets Neo as well, but Bialy's responded. Guardian does finally take down Snacks. And it's on to Bialy 1 versus 4. Seems like a common situation in these games. Bomb 2 is right behind the E-box, and Edward, he's going to sit on top of the bomb train. Seized has gone all the way out on Ivy as well to make sure he cannot backpedal, and they'll cover the cross. He's got the first shot, though. As Flamey goes, Edward's low as well. He's the next in his sights, potentially, if he wraps on the Z side of the train. But he's going to go up, try and be undetected. Guardian not quite looking yet. Triple AWP as well, so missed shots will be punished. He's legged up, he's going to be tagged, and Guardian will pop out and capitalize. So it is going to be map point for Navi, 15-8, and Mirage, it looms pretty greatly beside us at this point in time.
Yeah, absolutely. Navi just waiting for that moment there. Get the double AWPs out and have that set up where they can have the turrets on either side of the map there. Guardian waiting for the first shots, passes the drops first, and then the round falls apart for Virtus Pro. Once they try to capitalize towards outside, we're going to potentially the last round here of training. You can see the money's not great for VP. They're going to have 2 AKs, 3 pistols, limited, very limited in terms of grenades to work with. 1 smoke, 1 Molotov, that's it. Guardian gets the first frag and the first step to taking ourselves to map number 3 here. 5 on 4. And Taz and Bialy, the only ones with weapons here, desperately trying to make something happen.
Edward and Guardian on top of the bomb train. They'll rotate into control. Edward's the one to do so. Window's already blown out. Could be an indication that he's up there, but it won't take any damage away from his first shot on the M4. And it's the AKs that need to find the openings. Taz and Bialy with them, both split at this moment in time. They're going to grab bomb, look toward the inner site. Flamey's waiting on top of the tanker.
So how do you do anything with this situation, mate? You've got no grenades, you've got no AWP to get the opening pick. If you work to go inside, which it looks like they're going to try and do, you've got 1 flash to get into it. Neo has found the smoke, though, so this doesn't mean to work with this. We're done a little round, stick together, that flash comes in, hope for the best. As Bialy, he waits towards upper, but the CDs are so far back, and they've got 3 players waiting for them as well.
Oh, shot comes back in. Bialy's going to be the one to get it. So Virtus Pro at least find an entrance, but it's canceled, negated, as Edward's going to take them down coming through the doorway. Neo's pulled that back. That'll give a plant potential to them, as Taz has to hold this off. He's the only one now with an AK. Pasha has managed to run forward and find an M4A1S. And the lane is occupied by Simple. AWP. He's in the open. What a shot! What a snap back from Simple. That's going to give them the man advantage and the chance they need. 2 ops to go for the retake, and Taz drops. It's going to be all over as Navi strike back after getting absolutely crushed on Cobble. It's going to be a map 3 decider in New York City. And it's Mirage. Both teams are so good on it. 16-8 in the end.
Absolutely. Each map pick going in favor of the team. There's an Train, Virtus Pro just couldn't get going there, losing 12-3 on the first half. The CT half, no less. You felt like it's not a matter of if they could pull it back, if they were going to lose, it was when. And Virtus Pro are going to be going them to Mirage. I think that's where the grand final is really going to get exciting. That's the map that really could make this special.
I absolutely agree. I think the way that both teams play very different. We know Navi loves to go for mid control. We saw Tyloo counter them in that sense. And we know Virtus Pro, well, very good on the CT side, specifically controlling off the connecting position. So it's going to be a brawl. Snacks on the AWP going to have to show up and force specifically because a double op setup on Mirage is very threatening. And we know that a double op setup is exactly what Navi does possess with Simple. He's been great on rifles, great with a Deagle apparently as well.
Yep.
We haven't exactly seen the AWP come to life in full form yet.
No, I think the Deagle, especially for Navi, it's been absolutely sensational. You can see every time they bring it out, they're deadly with it. And Simple seems to be finding these rounds time and time again when he's finding 1, 2, 3 headshots and then actually clutching the round as well. Here's the scoreboards for the train statistics. It's going to be Flamey, 13-16, leading the charge OCs with 24. But look at the ADR for Simple, 125. That's pretty nuts. We say anything between 80 and 100 is like pretty decent, but that's very high indeed.
Yeah, and I mean, the statistics, a lot of people look at kill total. Seas does 24 and 13, that's fine. He's the highest fragger, but Simple does the majority of the damage. And as we said, it doesn't even need to be kills in every single round. It's damage to the opponents that his teammates can capitalize on. Pasha was a little bit slow as well. We talk about him being a player that could control off on Ivy. They didn't necessarily contest that position very much early on, Navi, but they definitely took advantage of it late in situations. And overall, entry kills were overwhelming as we saw that first half was so one-sided in favor of Navi.
Well, both teams have shown they're in good form right now, at least on their particular maps. We thought that Navi were going to be out of it completely after that couple of performance, but they've shown they have got the mental fortitude and they can close out big games in these grand finals here. So Mirage, that's going to be the ultimate test, a map that both teams are particularly good on, and I think that's when it's going to get very, very exciting and we can actually have that close game we're so desperate for.
Well, I think that's what we're all waiting for. I'm sure there's lots to talk about nonetheless, specifically why things couldn't get rolling on the CT side. In order to do so, it's Alex and the desk for at least one more segment in between a map, because we're going to map 3.
What better way